All right, welcome to this is our weekly Team Motivate Monday call, as well as our we did it. We're done with our Diamond Dash 7-week training that we've been combining. So just like I said, I hope people get on or they listen to the recording, because we're going to have a kind of a cool announcement at the end for just the Diamond Dashers. But what I wanted to do was really just kind of open it up to mainly the Diamond Dashers or whoever wanted to get on. Out of the 7, we had 6 topics. Last week was more of like, our planning and, trying to figure out what our strengths and our weaknesses are, and, try to get that 15-minute power call with your sponsor to get a really good game plan of what you're going to do. I know I still have a lot of those to schedule. Last week still was really rough for me. So, we had a lot of topics. We had a lot of good guest speakers. We had a lot of good stuff going on. And so I just wanted to see if there, just open it up for anybody who had any questions, anything regarding or concerns, or just any ideas or anything that they wanted to talk about, over this, this Diamond Dash training that we had, and any maybe even tips or things that you would like to see for the next one for your coaches that would be joining this next, push to diamond kind of group. But first, what I wanted to do was, kind of go over a little bit of announcements that's been going on. One thing that I really wanted to go over is, I'm not sure if everybody have seen or saw in the breaking news, the new challenge pack kind of layout or experience of how it's going to be changed. In the past, it's going to be on the 25th, it's going to change. But before, when somebody buy a challenge pack, they would get an email. And honestly, a lot of these times, I don't know about your guys' experience, but a lot of my challengers never got this email where they say they didn't get it. They got it it was in their junk or whatever. But they had to click on a link. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. My phone was ringing. Click on a link and activate their 30-day trial. And that, because before it was just, it was activated right away, and then people would get charged and they didn't even realize it, and people complained about it. So now, then they changed it to where they got an email and they had to click on the link, and in that link it would activate their 30-day trial club membership. So then, they get access to on demand. Well, now what they're doing is, starting on the 25th, is that when they're at their checkout, and they're going to see their line of the things that they're ordering of their challenge pack, one of the lines on there is going to say club membership. And at that point, they can remove it. If they don't want to they don't even want the trial, they don't even want to deal with it, they can remove it and never have it. But if they leave it there and they hit submit and they pay for it, it's automatically going to be activated, and in 31 days they're going to get charged the club membership. So this is definitely something that you want to tell your people, because some people, everybody thinks, I don't know, sometimes people just think everybody's out to rip them off and oh my God, they're charging me and all this stuff. But if we let them know in advance that this is what their options are, they can check it out, or they can completely remove it and not have to deal with it to cancel it at any time. So just let them know, like I said, this is starting on the 25th. I thought that was something that was really a thing that might have been missed if you didn't check out your, breaking news. And then the other thing, the Diamond t-shirt. I don't know how many of you guys that are on now, or how many of will be listening to this later, are going to Summit. But that shirt, and then Carl is really pushing for it, because if he sees you wearing that diamond shirt and you're at Summit, he's, that's how he's going to know that you took his challenge in there. So I'm hoping, that, with this group, some of us are close. I know there are some coaches that are close. We didn't get anybody actually to hit it last week. But I know, and it's still a long, we still have this week, and do we still have next week? No, we have this week to make it for this June. So, it's possibility. Anything can happen. You can get that list out. I know today I was going through my notebook that I started doing after listening to Sarah's training, of going through people that I hadn't talked to in a couple weeks because of, the last couple weeks of me not doing anything. So, it is still a possibility. So there's not many of us on here, but that's fine. I'm opening it up. You know, do anybody have any questions or anything that they want to talk about, topics that happened in the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks of the Diamond Dash that they would like to go over or get some more clarification or more tips or pick my brain? I'm here. Hi. Anybody? Crickets. 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 Hi, Jess.
I did want to ask anyone, hey, I did want to ask anyone who went through the training, like, and I'm trying to learn what works best for my team and obviously to like perfect this training, but I'm just wondering, did you guys like to have videos to watch? Did you like to have like little like exercises to do? Like I'm one of the places that I'm at as a leader being in Diamond is trying to ascertain that I might learn differently than my team does, and that's fine. But I just want to be able to know for the majority, like what do they enjoy doing? What do they get the most out of? So that I can focus on that, and we can focus on that for future Diamond Dash trainings that maybe some of your coaches will be a part of. Yeah. So I really love for us to know, you know, maybe what to focus on, or maybe like you're like, this just didn't work for me. I didn't get anything out of that, and that's fine. I think that we all could use like constructive criticism, because I've realized that the way that I learn as a new coach is completely different than how most of my coaches learn. So I just like want some feedback from those who were participating.
I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, going into this, I was very nervous, as you know. But I think the accountability part of it and like having those tasks to do really kept me going. It gave me something to do. Right. And I think if it was just open-ended and just teaching and not giving tasks to do, that I don't think I would have stuck with it as well as I did. So I really got a lot out of, you know, having to do like the ads and things like that, and that, you know what I mean? So I think that was good.
Cool. Yeah, I found that having a little bit more structure for my coaches, you know, even having things that they can participate in. Like I actually just unveiled to my team that I want to do we already run team challenge groups, which we have from the get-go. And I've really enjoyed that. We have like in my June group, we have like 65 people because we have quite a few coaches on my team now. So the interaction in the group is really great. I found that it works way better than, you know, just a group I would run, or even with just like 2 or 3 coaches. So I found that, you know, doing group things usually is better for the whole group, for the new coaches, for the seasoned coaches. So I just told my team that we're going to do getting started right calls together, meaning like, so if Raya has a new coach, and she, you know, is getting ready to do a getting started right call, then I'll do a PowerPoint presentation. So I'll do like a Zoom screen share. I've put together a whole presentation so that we all can work smarter. You know, if I have new coaches, Raya has new coaches, we can put those together. So I found that doing that type of thing. Hold on. Can you mute? I can't hear. But yeah, just doing that type of thing together, maybe doing a little bit more clear-cut exercises or clear-cut, okay, we're going to do A, B, C, D to get this accomplished, has worked for my team a little bit better, like falling in the toilet here. So I just think that, you know, knowing how your team functions, like what they need, as opposed to maybe what you need, which could be completely different, and that's okay.
Yeah. So, hey, Randy, do you have anything going through it? Anything you'd like to say or mention, or questions or anything?
I don't know. I feel like I'm way behind y'all. I'm just trying to learn.
Well, what works with you best? Like, you know, like Jess was saying, you know, and like Raya said, you know, she liked of course, the accountability, you know, and it was a little different accountability than a boot camp, like the new coach boot camp is a daily accountability, and the Diamond Dash was more like a weekly accountability. And then we had this small little mini assignments, doing, doing things, whatever the topic was. So was that more structured? There's some people that you just tell them to go do it and they go do it. And there's some people that, so we kind of have to get like a medium ground, so we want to make this Diamond Dash, like this is the first time that we've done this, in this kind of structure. We want to make it better so that, if we go start another one in a week and a half, the beginning of July, because there's been new emeralds that have popped in the month of June, we want them to get on there. We want to get something that is going to benefit everybody, because it takes time and we want to use that time efficiently. So, and you can think about it, whoever's listening to the recordings, I know there's a lot of people that told me they had to get on the recording for this one. We're going to, maybe we'll come up with like some kind of like survey, like a quick survey or something to get like a good feedback that we can come together and get like a better one going, because we can always get better. I think the content was good, but I think we can always do better. One thing that I forgot, I wanted to mention before we got into Q&A, something that we had been talking about and me and Jess had been talking about. Okay, so when you see that somebody's introducing a new coach to the group, just don't like it. Say welcome to the family, say something good, because that brand new coach, can you remember when you first started and they announced you or they welcomed you into the group, and how awesome it felt when you had 3 or 4 or 5 people? It's usually like the average that say, hey, welcome to the family, welcome, blah, 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 But there is I don't know how many people are in Team Motivate. In the actual Team Motivate group, hold on one moment, let me just pull up that number real quick. So there's 726 members in the Team Motivate group. We can definitely do better in welcoming new coaches when they get welcomed into the group. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it just think about how awesome that just makes you feel. I know, actually I don't know, because I never was introduced to a group because I started the group. But but I just know how that can feel, and I know everybody on this call was introduced to the group, to Team Motivate, and we get like the same 4, 5, 6 people, they do it every time. And that's awesome. I just think, if you can make sure you get your team to do it and you do it and you lead by example, and make sure that if you see it, you just don't like it, that you actually say, welcome. This is probably the smartest thing that you ever did in your life. Make them feel that way, because they're scared. You remember how scared you were when you first signed up and you bought that challenge pack and somebody told you, well, you should just try to sell it to somebody, it's kind of freaking you out. And so then when you get welcomed with these open arms into this group of complete strangers, it kind of eases it a little bit. So this is something that we had been talking about, and I always say I'm going to mention it, and I never did, and I remember it this time. So if you're listening now or listening to the recording, please, if you see somebody that's getting welcome to the Team Motivate, or maybe your team has their own group page, then make sure that you welcome them as well. Little smiley faces, something. It takes 2 seconds, to do that. So just remember how it was when you got first added to a group, and how cool it was when everybody welcomed you, and how good it would feel like if, like I said, there's 726 people in that group, more people did that. So definitely something we want to get that going. Again, and as Jess was saying, the group get started right calls are something that I'm going to probably follow suit as well, because she shared what they're doing, and it just, like she mentioned, when you're doing things in a group, it just makes it easier for everybody, especially a brand new coach, to know, how to use it's, when you're a brand new coach yourself, and then you hit Emerald right away, you don't know how to do a get started right call. So how awesome it is if you could do it in a group environment, and you get to know more people on your team. The better that we can create this tribe of us knowing each other and knowing who we are and what our our goals are. You know, I think if we create that kind of community and that kind of environment and that kind of tribe, for a better word, you know, I think we can work better with each other. We work better together than trying to do everything by ourselves or reinvent the wheel. So it's definitely something else. That was really, I think that was all I had. Oh, the top teners. So did anybody else have any questions? Andrea, I know you just popped on. Did you have any questions from any of the topics? Oh man, you're unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yay, we can hear you this time.
I was muting you earlier because my puppy will not stop barking because I'm paying attention to the phone and not him. So.
Oh, gotcha. So we were just asking, like, you had any questions about any of the topics, any feedback in the group, what worked best for you? Did you like the videos? Did you like the mini assignments? Like, any feedback on, like, questions or feedback on the Diamond Dash?
I didn't partake in the Diamond Dash.
Oh, yes. Okay, I'm sorry. Any questions?
I plan on being in the next one.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you are. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, we talked about this. Yeah, I was too drugged up last week, you guys. Give me a break. Way too many pain meds.
Get my phone to work properly. I have no idea why. And now this week it works. So, hey, good.
Very good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so yes, we are definitely, I know I definitely will, and I want, you know, I got Jess and I thought Jen, I definitely want to reconnect with us so we can figure out how we're going to make this a better one for next one. I do want to do another one because, like I said, there have been a few new emeralds that popped, and we want to do it again, and we want to keep perfecting it so that when you guys have your emeralds, we have something for them to plug in who want to move their business forward into becoming a diamond coach. So let's go. Unless anybody has anything else to say, I will go over what the top teners have given us. If you remember, you know, I do the top 10 of my whole downline. We get to see in the sponsorship downline, we get to see 5 levels deep. And so just to remind everybody how you become a top tenner is it goes for that week, it goes off of your volume and how many coaches that you recruited. So for every 100 points, personal volume points you earn, that is 1 point. And for every coach you recruit that week, that's 1 point. So, you know, some people may have a low volume week, but had a really good recruiting week, or, you know, vice versa. And I've seen, like, I'll do volume first, and then some people get knocked down because, you know, one person recruited 5 people. I don't know how they do that. I still have never done that in a week, which is freaking amazing. But there are people that do that, which is awesome, and have that on our team. We should get more of those people on these calls so they can teach us. So let's start out. So we had the top teners. Kim Schneider, she responded, and she has been a coach for 18 months, and she's a diamond coach. And so she was number 8. And she says she's constantly inviting new people. If you're only talking to the same people over and over, you will get nowhere. You need to always be building your friend list so you have fresh people to chat with, which is completely, it's just you talk to the same people, and you cannot depend on that one person. I know sometimes you'll get like that person on Tuesday that says, okay, I get paid on Friday, I'm going to buy that challenge pack. And then you're like, okay, if they buy that challenge pack, then I'm at Success Club 5 or I'm at Success Club whatever. And you stop because you're, you know, banking on that person on Friday. You never know what happens between Tuesday and Friday. People can get sick. People can be blowing smoke up your butt and lying. You just don't know. So you can't depend on that. You know, you have to constantly be talking to people, inviting people, and adding new people to your network is so important. Whether you're doing it with meeting people in groups, or if you're meeting people in groups, or if you're doing ads on your Facebook page, you know, referrals, whatever, you need to be constantly doing it, adding new people. So that is what Kim said. And then Charlie, she's a new one. She's a new person on the top 10. She's never made it before. And she has been a coach for 18 months as well. She's an emerald, but super close to being diamond. She said, letting people know and feel that you truly care about them and their journey when they have confidence in you, more and more attracts to you, which is true. People can tell if you're being a salesperson or if you truly want them to succeed in their journey. You know, even though it's through Facebook, you know when you're being sold to, and you know when people are trying to help you. So she says that's what's been helping her. This is the first time she's been on it, and she was number 10. Okay, Bria, who has been on it like almost every week, she's gone from 1 to, I think she's hit every spot. She was 6 this week. And she said, I think for me, it comes down to being consistent, down to consistency and just talking to a lot of people, letting them know that if now is not the time, that's okay. I'm here to help, and we will be here when they are ready, which is true. Let them know. I had one person that she said she really couldn't afford, the challenge pack. I'm like, well, can you afford $60? Because if you get a 21-day fix, yes, Shakeology is going to help you. I want you to have Shakeology in your life because it's going to help you. But if you can only afford the $60, because then later on she may turn into a Shakeology customer, but at least you're letting them know that it's not like they have to get that deal, that you're wanting them to help. If they feel that you're there helping them. And let them know that like she said, if it's not their time, that you're there. So I never want to burn bridges or take things personal when people say no, and just let it go and be like, okay. And then say, hey, I have one of these challenge groups going every month. Do you want me to contact you next month? Let you know when the next one's going. And usually they say yes. Some people say no, please take me off your list. And at least and you don't waste your time on them, but you let them know that it's not the end if they don't say yes today. Emma, who is number 2 this week, she said she agrees with the consistency. She's constantly working the power of 3s and on her and following her to-do list. She's leading by example and showing that it works. She's also that I'm okay if they aren't ready right now. I just follow up later, just like I had mentioned before. Mandy, who has been on this many times, and this week she is number 6. She says she never takes no as the final word, just the beginning of the chats. And I try to run good challenge groups so that they stay on home direct, which, you get them to stay on home direct, that every week that volume goes up. She's been coaching herself for about 18 months, and she's a 2-star right now, but she's a 4-star qualified. Was there somebody that was wanting to ask the question? That I heard. Okay. And then Carrie, she is number 1 this week. And again, she says that she's echoing what has already been said about adding constantly and not being afraid to try new things. She said last week she did some things she had never done before. I didn't know if they'd work, but I tried anyway. I think sometimes if you feel stuck, it's important to step outside of your comfort zone and think outside the box. She's been a diamond, and she's been coaching for since January 2014. So those are the top 10 that came back and responded to what they're saying. And really, if you've been on these calls and you've listened to me share what the top 10ers have been telling us, it really is about being consistent, and it is about constantly adding people and doing the power of 3s. Emma's mentioned that a few times. If you don't know what the power of 3 is, it's adding 3 new people to your network, messaging 3 new people, from your master list, inviting 3 new people to a challenge group, like just a 3. Like if you keep instead of trying to overdo it, like spend 8 hours in one day and then you're worn out. But if you do your power hour, your power 2 hour, and you're, adding 3 new people every day, you're talking to 3 new people, you're going to your master list and sending messages to at least 3 new people just to say, hey, what's going on? Like keeping the lines of communication going with people who may not have been interested at the time that you're talking. So those are the power of 3s, is just doing everything in 3. So those are the top 10ers. They made it. Some of them had a volume of, I think Carrie had a volume of over 1,300 for 1 week of personal volume of, selling. So that is keeping up with people staying on Shakeology and new orders. So that's the top 10. Next week, we're going to have a guest speaker, and I'm really excited for it. So you definitely want to make sure that you put this in your calendar. And she's going to explain how she is, has kind of just changed her whole business and how she's been so successful this year and now is a 1-star qualifying. So unless there's any other questions or anything that want to be said or talked about, I will give the announcement about the Diamond Dash. Anybody have any other questions or announcements that they want to say? No? Okay, so Diamond Dashers, we are done. We are done, and thank you so much for those that have been getting on constantly onto our calls and keeping up with our mini tasks. We had a pot of $480. We had $160 put in from the coaches that participated. We asked everybody to put in $10. And then me and Jennifer Urias decided that we would match it. And so that came out to being $480. And it was that all the diamonds that hit it within the training was going to get an equal part of the pot. Well, we didn't have anybody hit it yet. I know there's a few that are close, like really, really close. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep that pot there. You guys put that money in there. We're still going to keep that, and me and Jen are still going to have that matching. It's the first person that hits diamond from now on, from Thursday, or, we're going to keep that money there. We'll get the whole $480. So if you're in the Diamond Dash for the first round and you hit diamond before anybody else that was in Diamond Dash, you will get the full $480. So go become a diamond. Like I said, remember, being a diamond is 4 coaches on each side, and one of them is going to be an emerald. You guys know that. I just wanted to repeat it one more time. Become a coach of emeralds, and you will become a diamond. So unless there's anything else you guys want to go over or talk about, we will end this now. Anything? Everybody good? All right. Have a wonderful night. And like I said, we will be having another Diamond Dash. So Andrea and a lot of other coaches that I know will be in that one starting the first week, the first Monday. And also too, I will be hosting a new coach boot camp the first Monday of next month as well. So, I have this whole week of getting new coaches to get them ready for that new coach training. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you.